Welcome to Stop Wasting Your Wine, a wine review podcast where we waste our wine so you don't have to. On this episode, we review
a white wine from Germany.
Going back to Germany. It's been a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us, listeners. So happy to have you back.
Danke.
I'm Joel. Danke. I'm Joel. As always, I am joined by
Dude, most German people that you
two.
know.
I was trying to think of the name of the Oompa band, but I couldn't work it in. I'm just gonna say two of the best folks I know, Colin and Aaron. Hi, boys. How are you?
Very
Great.
good.
Great.
I really should
Nailed
have
the
thought.
intro.
Yeah, seriously. No, we haven't been doing this for, 77 episodes. We have a smooth sailing operation at this point.
Well, I didn't know I was going the German route. I would have thought about it a little bit, but
No,
Anyway.
I loved it. I'm here for it.
Thank
that
you.
was great.
Yeah. No, it feels natural.
guys.
It feels comfortable. I'm excited to be here.
yeah,
So,
I'm excited to be
so
here
you
too.
can-
This is our dry January celebration, guys. Dry
Yeah,
January.
woo!
Huh?
Remember last year when we specifically reviewed a non-alcoholic wine in celebration of Dry January?
Yeah. Why would we
Yeah,
have done
dude.
that?
Screw that.
It
We're
was
not
not
doing that
good.
again. It was not
Yeah,
good,
it
and we're not doing it again.
Yeah. Well, so what are we doing this time? What?
Well, it is Dry January, so we got to be dry.
Yeah.
So we're going to drink a dry wine.
I see what you did there.
Because it's
you
dry January.
trickster.
And
So
dry
let's be
is
clear.
a term for wine, but also a term for not drinking
Okay, a
alcohol.
little on the nose. I think the listener
No,
gets
it's
it.
perfect. No, some of them might not have been sure.
That's
This
true.
wine is
It's
so
a
dry.
pun.
It has dry on the bottle. So
Yeah.
that's how dry this wine is.
No, right up
They
front,
want
which
you
I
to know.
appreciate. If
Dry.
you're looking for a wet Riesling, keep on walking, mister.
Keep on going.
This ain't
This
it.
isn't it.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked though. I'm super stoked for this because the love of my life, Dom de Werner Riesling.
I thought you were talking about your wife. Go on.
My second love of my life, Dom de Werner Riesling.
Your children?
Sorry, dear. Third,
Ah,
fourth.
there we go.
I really liked the Dom de Werner Riesling. It was quite good.
Yeah.
And so
It
I'm
was.
excited to maybe experience something similar.
I agree. Yes. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, guys. We have a lot to do on this show.
do.
Okay. On this program, I'm bringing back program. On this program, we're gonna try this hopefully wonderful dry Riesling from 2023. Oop, shared a little bit of the information, stealing your thunder.
Oh, wow. Jumping ahead.
Aaron.
Just don't say
we're
any of
gonna
the
open
German
that up.
words. I really want to do those.
We're going to do that. We're going to learn a little something about German Riesling. We're going to play a classic Stop Wasting Your Wine game, PiNope or ChardonnYAY. And we're going to give our review. So that's what we got coming at you. Before we get into all that fun, Aaron, will you give us all of the details about this dry Riesling?
Every single detail coming at you. So this is a Riesling, obviously, from Dr. Heidemanns-Bergweiler. So we're not getting much more German than that. This is peak German wine at this point.
It sounds like it should be like a tonic, like a health elixir. Dr. Heidemann-Bergweiler's.
Yes, you can drink it, and you can also rub it in your hair for
Yeah.
more luscious locks. So this is a 2023 from the region of Mosel. It is 12% ABV, and we got this for right around $17. So, good value wine if it is a good wine.
Okay, and why? Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Hey,
If it's a bad wine, it's a bad value wine. But if it's a good wine, it's a good value wine.
there we go.
That's a good way of looking
why
at it. I like
people, That's the hard hitting facts
just
there.
I'm just telling it literally like it is.
Perfect. Hey, Colin, tell us like it is. This was your choice. Why?
Yeah. So, like Aaron said, the last time we tried Riesling was at non-alcoholic Riesling. back in.
That was the
but
last
last
Riesling we did?
January. It was a year
It's
ago.
the last Riesling.
Whoa.
A year ago. I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we
That's
had
crazy.
one Riesling all of year
Yeah.
2024. So I felt like it was time to get back
Whoops.
into
Yeah.
the Riesling. Yeah, I know. Especially because we like the Dom de Camp Werner so much. You would have thought that
great.
we would have jumped back in.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to try another Riesling. And then Aaron pretty much hazed me into buying something with the word dry on the front so that he could tell stupid dry January jokes at the front of this
It's a
podcast.
great,
So much
it's a great
hashtag
bit.
content. It's gonna be good.
You know you liked it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. It was fun. I'm here for it. But
The whole
that's
episode
also...
name is just out of that joke.
I would
Dry
like the listener at
wine
home to
January.
know that when you presented this in our group chat to Colin, he 100% thought that you were joking and you didn't actually want to do this.
I
And
did.
then
No,
I
thought it
joined
was a
in,
bit.
and
thought
I
he
was
doing a
like,
bit.
I think that's a great idea. And you're like, oh, you're serious. Thank you for rolling along with that.
You have known me
Colin.
for so long. I don't know why you wouldn't immediately look at that and be like, "Yeah, this is what we're gonna have to do now."
I just thought it was so unfunny. I didn't think anybody could be actually talking about that. But
Well,
here
that
we
is
are.
why
I
you
hope
are the straight man on this show, Colin. Come on,
Yeah.
let's go. Dry January.
I
Dry
just,
wine January.
I just hope the listener at home loved those dry January jokes. That's at the end of the
Was
day.
it worth it?
I mean,
was
we're
it
gonna be the
worth it?
first one to make it for sure.
Yeah, nobody's ever done that. All right. Well, mission accomplished. You got your jokes in. Let's go ahead and
Yay.
open this thing up and get our first thoughts, guys. What do you think?
Yes.
Do it.
Okay.
Tastes like wine.
I am going to go ahead and go to you first, Mr. Colin. What are you getting on the nose?
Sure. There's quite a bit going on in here. I think one of the first things I get is a little bit of apricot. Maybe a little peachiness in there as well.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
There's some other stuff going on in there. I want to see what you guys are picking up on. I don't want to take all
Sure.
the words right out of the
Yeah.
gate. So,
Yeah.
Aaron,
Aaron?
what you got going on?
Two distinct things. One, I think definitely a little bit of apple. Like I'm just
Love that.
kind of hit
100%.
with like very specifically in my core memories, like New Hampshire going apple picking, like fresh off the tree apple smell. But then with that too, and Colin, we should definitely repost the video from over a year ago when Colin explained that petrol smell that's often associated with the Riesling, and also could smell like a freshly opened can of tennis balls. I did not believe him. That sounds insane.
Yeah.
I ordered tennis balls and we opened them on the show, and I did the back and forth between the tennis balls and the
that.
wine, and that is scarred into my brain. And that scent, that open tennis ball can, it is definitely there.
I'm with you on. I liked the petrol call out there a little bit, and especially it's interesting because that was what first came into my head, and then when you said apples, I definitely switched a little bit more to like an apple juice. You know, not that I think it's going to taste like juicy or anything like that, but just that smell. And then the only other thing I will call out is I do think that there's some nice citrusy notes in there too, maybe specifically lime. But yeah,
100%.
You know, it's funny you say apple juice, and I'm going back to like my childhood with apple orchards, because maybe it's not fresh apples or apple juice. It's like apple cider esque kind of like
I
that really
like that.
fresh apple cider pressed apple smell. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you
let's
guys-
let's give it
you
a.
guys-
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, hold on. No, I was just going to say you guys are killing it with the notes on the nose. The only thing I would add is I'm getting a little bit of floralness on this one. That's really the only thing I would add. And I would also say the petrol is not quite as tennis ball in this one. It is in there just a tiny bit.
I can Amazon
definitely
you some tennis ball cans for tomorrow.
I know what tennis balls smell like. I played tennis for quite some time.
Okay. Weird flex, bro.
Whoa. Is that a Rafael Nadal sitting over there? Or what
Yeah,
is,
I've-
who is this?
All to say, I've sniffed some tennis balls in my day. Okay.
Oh boy! Wow. Hey,
Let's
you're
try
usually
it.
the
It's
one
getting
trying to keep
worse.
it highbrow around here. This is weird.
Yeah, can
All
we
right,
just
let's
try
taste
the
this thing. Let's taste this thing.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
jeez
Somebody help me,
Louise. Switching it up, Aaron. I'll go to you first.
So I think it's really funny because you had said Not saying it's going to be juicy, but this is simultaneously like super dry, and I am getting like a little bit of that apple juice, apple cider taste, like more than I think more than natural, like apple cider, just like very dry pressed fruit, but like really, really connecting to me on that level.
Colin?
Yeah, the first thing I noticed is the acid. I mean, that is like acid, acid, acid. It really gets the saliva glands going.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, I think the lime was a really good call. I like some of those stone fruits, but they definitely, I think they came through a little bit more on the nose than they did on
Agreed.
the palate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the florality comes through quite a bit more than I thought it would, even on the nose.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. It's doing a little less than I actually kind of thought it would when we were smelling it. Not in a terrible way, but definitely more of totally dry, more of that citrus coming through. I feel like I always around this time mention honeysuckle, so I was avoiding doing that, but I'm going to do it because it's definitely in there.
From scale to briny to honeysuckle, where are we, Joel?
Those are my two go-tos, man. And this one, I've been trying to cool them off, but this one just warrants it, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely a little honeyed character in there for sure.
Yeah.
I will say too that the combination of the acidity and the dryness of this wine is making me pound this wine. My mouth is so like
Definitely.
parched, and I'm like drinking more of this because it's making me thirsty, which is then making me more parched, and I'm drinking more of this. Thank God this is only a 12% alcohol wine, because this is just
Yes, indeed.
forcing me to consume more of it in the moment. I probably should have brought a glass of
Absolutely.
water for this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, folks at home, if you're going to go try this one with us, get some water as well.
Yeah.
You'll be happy you did.
Set up a hydration station.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. All right. Cool. Well, I think we pretty much hit it for right now. I have a couple of questions about something, but I'm really interested to see, Colin, if you hit my one big question that's in my head. And if not, I will just ask you after. But if you don't mind, yeah, let's go ahead and let's learn a little something about German Riesling.
This is the only thing you will learn.
So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Riesling, a little bit about German Riesling, and then what can you expect from Riesling as we're drinking it. We've touched on quite a few of the notes that you would find in your average glass of Riesling, which is pretty cool. We kind of actually nailed a lot of the stuff that's on here, so that's pretty neat.
Crushing
Look at
it.
us go, proud of us. So Riesling, it thrives in cool climates, which is why Germany is such an awesome place to grow Riesling, because most of Germany is a rather cooler climate, especially for growing grapes. It's pretty cold there. Riesling is a slow ripener, and the cool weather allows it to ripen fully. And in Germany, you usually find Riesling, especially on the shelves here in America, out of either the Mosel, which is where this wine is from, the Rheingau, or Pfalz are the three big ones you'll probably see Riesling from in Germany. German Riesling is incredibly versatile. You'll find this in all sorts of different styles. You'll find it sparkling, you'll find it ultra sweet, you'll find it ultra dry. There's really a Riesling out there for everybody.
I feel like we got to do it, Colin. We got to do it. We got to get the ultra sweet Riesling. We got to get a blue bottle Riesling. We got to do it.
No, I will say this. I'm willing to try sweet Riesling if it's not garbage. Like, I think we should seek out a quality sweet Riesling. We shouldn't
I
be
like
drinking.
that.
Not an $8 bottle at the supermarket shelf, and not just
Yeah,
go
right.
for it.
Yes,
A
exactly.
1.5
We should
liter
be-
bottle.
No, we're definitely not drinking that. But I would love to try some sweet Riesling. But Riesling made to be sweet, not Riesling that's sweet because it's
Sparkling Riesling also sounds kind of great. I gotta be honest. with you.
Amazing.
That sounds awesome.
Sounds awesome. I'd love to try that. So there's Riesling out there for everybody, which is really cool, especially in Germany. They make it all across the spectrum. So, and German Riesling is a wine because of its screaming acidity, which I think we've all kind of experienced in this wine, that you can age for years. It's a really cool white wine to age, because as it ages, you get some more marmalade, dry fruits, that honey characteristic that you got a little bit, Joel, that really comes forward, especially with some of those sweet wines. Those are great to age because you have the sugar and the acidity, which allows those wines to age really, really nicely. So if you're looking for a white wine that you can lay down for a couple of years, German Riesling is definitely one that you can do that with. And what can you expect out of German Riesling? Like I said, we've kind of hit a lot of these. Fresh citrus, lemon, lime, Joel was a great call. Grapefruit, green apple, and pear. You get some of those green fruits, and these are going to be on some of the less ripe versions, but then also some of those stone fruits, that apricot and that peach. And then the floral notes, jasmine, honeysuckle, orange blossom, all notes that you can find in Riesling. Honeysuckle, Joel, nailed it. I mean,
You guys can never call that one out. That's mine. That's my dibs.
no, listen, I don't even think about that one or saying it anyway out loud.
I'm always thinking about honeysuckle, apparently.
I know you are. Honeysuckle man. That's what I call you. So lame. So lame.
Keep it in.
You need
It's
to listen.
staying.
He needs to be in your phone as Honeysuckle Man.
Always has been. Anyway, and then some of these sweeter Rieslings, you do find some of those more intense ripe apricot, those dried fruits, honey, maybe even candied citrus notes. And then you can't talk about Riesling without talking about that petrol note. It does show itself in a bunch of different ways, like we had in the Domkamp that was really tennis bally. Here, you still get that kind of petrol note, but it's not as tennis bally to me anyway. Everybody experiences it differently. So, Air Bear, if you're Air Bear, have we ever used pet names on the pod?
I don't think we have Callball.
I don't know. I love it.
Wait, what's mine?
Joel.
Ooh. No,
We'll workshop
never
and get back to
mind.
Maybe I just had different brand tennis balls than you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably.
Are you're a Wilson guy, aren't you? I'm a Dunlop guy myself. So that's probably the issue.
Could not name tennis ball brands, and that is because you guys are from Florida, and I am not. Wait, what colors? What colors tennis ball?
Yellow.
like neon yellow? Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, they're yellow.
Wait, did you think that was going to be
No, that's a
hard?
common trivia question because most people say green. Most people say tennis balls are green.
What?
Yeah, no. I would say
Who?
most people don't say that.
No, it's
Nobody's
true.
saying that.
That's an unripe tennis ball. You got to let that one sit on the tree a little longer. Wait till it gets yellow, and then it's ready to play.
Tennis balls are late ripeners, so you really have to let them get some sun.
It's because
We've spent far
they're
too
from
much
cooler
time talking about
climates.
tennis balls.
Far too long. This has really gone off the rails. So we all experience that no differently, and it's definitely one that some people hate, some people absolutely love, but you do often find it, and that's what you need to know about German Riesling. Joel, did I cover your question?
You covered so many wonderful things, and I do feel like I learned a lot right there. But
And
no,
none of them were my questions.
No, you did not. Probably because my question is really random, and probably the answer is just marketing. But we learned when we were drinking the Domkamp Werner that a Riesling Trocken is the very dry Riesling. And this one, as we called out earlier, specifically says the English word dry. Riesling 2023 dry. Why not Trocken? Is there anything to that, or is it just people don't know what a Trocken is in the States, and so they put dry on there?
Yeah, I don't know, but that would be my guess. There's no wine reason for that other than just to label it dry, but I would imagine it's all marketing.
Here's a little tip from your Uncle Joel, listener.
Wow.
You want to sound cool going into the wine shop? Ask for a Riesling Trocken, not a dry Riesling. Say
that's
Riesling
right.
Trocken. I think that's so much cooler.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I
Way cooler.
digress. Okay. But no, thank you, Colin. Awesome stuff. And nice to see, that we were calling out some of the right stuff and we were experiencing things the way that are expected. So that's awesome. We weren't too far from the pin there.
I get so excited when I actually know a smell in a wine. Like I smelt this.
Me too.
And I
I'm
was like,
excited for you.
I'm excited because we're going back to one of my favorite games. Let's play a little PiNope or ChardonnYay. If you haven't joined us before, PiNope or ChardonnYay, basically each going to come with a scenario, a situation, a question, whatever it may be. And our job is just to consider and say, PiNope, not into it, or ChardonnYay, that sounds like a good time. Who wants to go first?
I'll give it a go. I'll start us off. Holidays just ended. around
Yes.
lots of people drinking in lots of different ways.
Mhm.
And so we have the ice cube in wine drinkers, the folks that are often drinking white wines, maybe rosé, maybe a white zin, and they're dropping some ice cubes in there. PiNope or ChardonnYay, ice cubes in your wine.
Listen, if I'm drinking white zin, which I would never be drinking, but if I'm drinking white zin,
I can't wait to have white zin on the show.
I'm I'm also putting ice cubes in my wine, so I'm going to say for the appropriate terrible wine, I am 100% a Chardonnay for this. If it's a wine I don't really want to taste, yeah, slap some ice cubes in there. There's nothing wrong with that.
Why are you drinking it to begin with?
Well, I'm just saying
times.
in general, it's not
Yeah,
necessarily
that's fair.
my choice, but I'm saying if this is something that you would like to do, I am 100% for it.
Okay, so you're just not yucking someone's yum. That's right.
That's
the
That's exactly
situation.
what.
It's nice of you.
Exactly what's happening.
I'm a yuck that yum. Although it does make me think of my grandma a little bit because she would always put ice cubes in her white wine. But no, I'm gonna say PiNope. I don't know. Just now you're watering down a crappy wine. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
see it. Also, I don't even like putting ice in whiskey or anything like that. Where sometimes it's some people like it that way. I'm anti that. So I'm gonna stick with it for my wine and say PiNope.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a PiNope for my safety. I already drink the white wine very, very fast. If I'm then tossing ice cubes into my white wine and it's watering down, I am gonna be drinking those glasses of wine way too quickly for everyone's safety. So
That's fair.
that's a big PiNope
Yeah,
for
that
me.
is fair.
Although
Sure.
I will say
Yeah.
the other day I did have to break out. There was a request for a bottle of white wine. I didn't have any in the fridge already, so I had to pull out a bottle and folks toss ice cubes in, and it was the saving grace in that moment. Because if I had to pick one or the other,
Understandable, I guess.
I would rather put a couple ice cubes in there than drink a room temperature like Sauvignon Blanc.
15 minutes in the freezer, though. 15 minutes in the freezer, and you're there.
Wrapped in a little, paper towel, wet paper
That's
towel.
it. That's the move.
That is.
15 minutes in the freezer.
15 minutes is a long time to be without wine in some situations.
That's true. If there's a vibe you're trying to
A lot
keep rolling,
can
I
happen in
understand.
15
That's
minutes.
fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Also, no, it's not. I feel like most people could wait 15 minutes for a glass of wine, but I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
don't
wrong.
know. You don't know the situation. Colin, you got one?
Yes. All right. So you are at a very nice dinner. Everybody's enjoying a great bottle of wine. There's not a lot of wine left. Maybe one glass. PiNope or Chardonnay. You are drinking that last glass of wine.
We're in the same pose. I'm gonna say PiNope. I'm gonna do the move. I'm not gonna pour myself the glass. I'm gonna do the thing where you pour everyone like an eighth of a glass, eighth of a glass, eighth of a glass, you see eighth of a glass,
Everybody
eighth of a
gets
glass.
2 sips.
And you get around, and so and then you land on yourself last, and then give yourself just a little bit more. I think that's the move at the end.
That's a good move. That's solid. Clarifying question. Did I buy this bottle of wine?
Oh, that's.
Should ask that first.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, okay. All right. I would love to say that I could be the kind of guy who would ChardonnYay that, but I'm definitely a PiNope. I never, I always feel so weird taking the last of anything. I don't know what it is. So I would PiNope that. But again here, if you're one of those people who would do it, ChardonnYay it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be a situational Chardonnay where I do one of those things where I'm like, would anybody else like another glass of wine? Just so,
That's another
kind
good
of
move.
get the temperature of the
That's
table,
solid.
and see how everybody's feeling. And
Yes.
if I get the go ahead, I'm going for it. But I agree kind of with the Aaron move. Anybody interested gets a little sip. But if nobody else is interested, it's all mine.
See, I like that move because 9 times out of 10, everybody else is extremely polite, and they're going to be like, "Oh no, but thank
Yeah,
you for
finish it.
asking." So you
That's
get
right.
that, but then you
Especially
get
if you
one.
brought
That's
it.
a smart move. Yeah,
And if it's a very good wine that you're appreciating, I would say too. I don't know if I want to do
Yes.
the 1 in 10 minutes, and some of those eighths are still there.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
totally.
for
That's
sure.
a waste of an eighth.
For sure.
Ugh.
It is. You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You know, you got me thinking just about just dry January. I know we had a little fun with that in the beginning, but you know, it is an interesting thing. Some people weigh into it. Some people are like, oh, I don't think so. I just want to get your thoughts. Dry January, PiNope or ChardonnYay? Have you ever done it? Would you do it?
Yeah, I'm a PiNope. I don't really get it. I mean, if again, it's one of those things where if it's something you want to do, do it. But I don't drink that much anyway. So a dry January for me is like what, like 8 less glasses of wine. So yeah, I'm not really that wet to begin with. So I would probably PiNope it. But again, if if you're in, go for it.
Yeah, on the opposite end of that spectrum, I I enjoy a beverage often, and so I have done dry January, and it is a really nice feeling reset. I have done versions of dry January where I've like last 2 years I did last year I did dry January where I only drank when I was recording this podcast.
I remember
with you guys.
that now.
And that was nice as well. So I'll say ChardonnYay to any dry period of time someone wants to create for themselves. I think January is an easy bookend, but I think any time that someone wants to say, I want to reset my health, I want to reset, you know, the way I consume alcohol for a period of time, I think is great. And it's also, you learn a lot. Like we usually paired it with Whole30 in the past, which has been, you know, when you cut out a whole bunch of stuff, grains, dairy, alcohol, legumes.
That's what you were doing. I remember that last. You were also, might I say, a little moodier in that.
Moodier.
You were.
Well, yeah. We also did a non-alcoholic wine, and I was ticked about it. So I was like, the one night I get a pre-planned cheat, and it's fake. No, but the thing you learn from Whole30 is you learn like how different things impact your body. So again, I would say any time that you can abstain from anything from a chunk of time and then learn about the impact is kind of cool.
That's a good way to say it. See, I was looking to see if you guys have, you know, committed to it. I think it's cool. I'm a PiNope to dry January just because I feel like it's just like become this thing where everybody does it. Why January? You know, I don't know. What about sober October? You know, that might be a thing too.
No booze November.
No booze November. Don't drink December.
Yeah, we get
Guess I shouldn't drink August.
That was a reach.
I hope that one sticks.
Huh?
Yeah, no,
Just
I like
water.
That's not bad.
Just water July.
There you go. Not bad. Anyway, we could keep going. But no, I like the way you said it, Aaron. You totally changed my answer because I love that. Yeah, whenever, you know, if you want to try something, go for it. Just the whole January thing. You know, everybody gets on this dry January thing. It's such a thing. It's just
my thing is too, like, why do you have to tell somebody about it? Like, if you want to do it, like, I'm all for it. But I feel like people just do it to tell people. Yeah, exactly. Just to tell people that they're doing it, which just drives me insane. Don't
Maybe
get me
it's
wrong,
easier.
Part of that's like personal accountability, though. Like I gotta announce it to the world so that everyone else holds me accountable. I don't know. I don't hate it.
And also, maybe it's easier if like all of your friends are also not drinking, so you're all finding other things to do.
Fantastic. Well, that was a much deeper conversation than I thought. I think you thought
really
was going to
did
happen,
go.
Joel.
Yeah, I 100%, and I appreciate you guys really leaning into
Well
that
done.
one with me. Thank you. No, well done to you guys. All right, guys. So we've been playing some games, having some fun, and I think enjoying this wine along the way. So let me just pause and ask before we jump into our reviews. Anything anybody wants to call out?
I think the one thing I didn't notice before is the finish. The apricot on the finish really lasts for quite some time, which is nice. And then the other thing I will say is I enjoyed this wine a little bit more when it was colder, right out of the fridge. It's warmed up a little bit, and it's not bad now by any stretch of the imagination, but it just had a little more pop, a little more zip to it when it was colder.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think too the acidity, like the bite of it, is a little harsher right now. Now that it's warmed up, it's like more of the focus of the sip, whereas when it had a nice chill to it, it kind of kept it in check just a little bit.
I'm not going to lie to you, and maybe I had mine colder, and I'm now at the right temperature. I'm enjoying this a little bit more now than I did before, and mine's still chilled.
Difficult.
So
He's
if yours
so
is
difficult.
I know. I like to
Such a
zig when y'all
contrarian.
zag. But really, I think mine might have been a little too cold at first. So, but I don't know because we can't reach through the computer and feel each other's glasses. But I will say, as it's warmed up a little bit, I actually kind of like the fact that I'm getting a little bit more from the glass, to be completely honest with you. When you mentioned to the apricot on the finish, I didn't realize that at all at first because I think I was so overwhelmed by like the citrusy and that sharpness and the acidity. Now I think it's relaxed a little bit, and I am finding a little bit more of the fruit that's in there too. So yeah, a little different here. Actually, I wasn't expecting to have a different experience towards the end of the chat really, but I think just that temperature changed things a little bit. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and jump into those reviews.
Yeah, but did they like it? It's time for the review.
All right, well, this is Colin's wine, so we will let you go last, sir. And Aaron, I'll go ahead and throw it to you. What do you think about this Dr. Heidemanns-Bergweiler Riesling 2023 Dry?
I like it. It is a good value wine. It is a $17 wine that tastes good. And I think that is just a really great thing to have in your back pocket. It is super acidic. It is super dry. It is very tasty. If you like dry Rieslings, you will like this wine. Mm-hmm. It is not my Dom de Werner. I think there is a
Agreed.
crispness that was there with the Dom de Werner, just a little bit sharper that this is missing. That being said, the Dom de Werner does cost a few extra bucks. And I think that is maybe where I think it's about $8 more. So maybe a little bit in there it impacts that, but this is a really strong Riesling. I would definitely put it on my kitchen table. This is definitely something that I would grab and share with others. If I was going out to see friends and I knew they liked white wine, this would be something that would be cool to grab and share beyond getting your normal Pinot Grigio or your normal Sauvignon Blanc. Try something like this instead. It's not a big brand that people are aware of. It's a little bit different, and it's very tasty, and it's $17. So kitchen table, definitely share with your friends, but it's not displacing my other Riesling.
Yeah. I'm glad you reminded me about the $17. I'm trying to think if I'm going to change my thoughts. I don't think so. I think I'm going to say this might be my favorite wine that's on my kitchen counter right now. Because I really, everything that you said, totally with you. Very enjoyable, really nice. The Dom de Werner, I know we're kind of using that as our benchmark here.
It's our one benchmark.
Yeah. but I think appropriately so, and I think you called that a crispness. I'm with you there, but also I think a complexity that one had that this one really doesn't. It's kind of it's we called out a couple of actual notes, but I want a little more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Or maybe that's just not what this one is doing, and as a result, for me, while it's enjoyable, not much to write home about, I don't think, or share with my friends. So enjoy the fact that I have this on the kitchen counter, would keep it there for a while, enjoy the heck out of it. But that's where it's going at the end of the day for me. Colin, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. I think for $17, it's great value at $17. There's quite a bit of fruit. There's a little bit of floralness. You're getting some different fruit notes too. You got the citrus. You got some of those stone fruits. I think this wine would be for somebody who might be Riesling skeptical and not really into the grape because they might have had a bad Riesling or maybe something that was a little bit too intense. I think this would be a great introductory Riesling because it doesn't have that overwhelming petrol flavor. It's not overly complex, so I don't think that this would scare anybody away. Yeah. But I think for the price, it's going towards the back of the kitchen table. Again, I would want to share this with somebody who might not be that into Riesling. I think this is an amazing intro into Riesling and what it can be. So for that reason, I think I'm going to put it on the kitchen table. No, it's not towards the front. It's definitely kind of on the edge of the table and the counter. But I think for what it is and at the price and the enjoyment that I'm getting out of it, it deserves a spot on the kitchen table. So must share.
And I would say too, like I just keep, as we've done this podcast, I've been building this mental repertoire of wine bottles. And so when I go to Total Wine or I go to the grocery store and I just know I need to stock up, it is so helpful to have these quality value wines that I can walk to instead of just going to a random section that is the, Pinot Grigio section or the Chardonnay section and trying to just grab something. And so I'm super appreciative of finding something like this I can lock in and say to myself, okay, I need to restock a little bit. I have this $17 Riesling that I can grab. I have that $17 Montepulciano that I can now grab. I have that St. Giorgio Chianti that I can grab. And like, that's huge for me as a younger person getting into wine, to have these good wines that I can start to build up without, bankrupting my children's future college accounts.
Yeah, I love that. And I think, we're all somewhat in the same kind of realm here, but very clearly not a waste of your wine. I think we would all recommend you go ahead and
Check it out.
experience this one. Yeah, have a little fun with this one. We think you'll enjoy it. So again, that is the Dr. Heidemanns-Bergweiler 2023 Dry Riesling, officially not a waste of your wine. Hey, Colin.
Yes, Joel.
Somebody asked me the other day, they said, we love what you're doing on the show. The pod is fantastic. I'm learning things. I'm laughing, crying here and there, sometimes from the laughter. Sometimes we're just striking a chord with people. That's what they said.
Right.
I don't know what part it was. They said, how do I reach out to you guys and how do I interact with you? Because I want to tell you about the experiences that I'm having. And maybe I want to suggest a couple of wines that mean a lot to me and see if you guys would try them. They said, how can I do that? I said, I'm going to ask Colin on the next episode to run through it. So would you mind?
First of all, just one hell of a setup. My God, just
What do you
I'm
do?
so here for the story. I mean, just
Tell me more.
fantastic. Yeah, no, I'm interested. I'm gonna have to ask myself. I don't know. Yeah, so definitely check out our Instagram at Stop Wasting Your Wine. I haven't messed up the website yet. Not that I messed it up, but it is messed up. So you can go to the
Hackers.
website now safely, but none of the content is up there, which is a big problem. So don't go to the
So
website.
don't
Wait,
go to
don't
the
tell me
website.
it erased all of the
It didn't
the
erase-
information
Joel
for the
had
past
completely
episodes.
caught us up. He had caught us all the way up. And then some hacker, definitely not paid by Joel, went in and destroyed the website.
Son of a gun. Wow.
So it didn't erase all of it, but it messed with the internals. So now none of the anyway, it's a lot, but so it's all still there. I just have to make it show back up. So I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
But really, Instagram's the best place. We're on YouTube as well. If you're not getting the video through Spotify, you can come see our lovely faces. We're on some of the other socials as well, but we really mostly interact on Instagram. So check us out there. You could always email us also at stopwastingyourwine@gmail.com.
Awesome.
And I would just add, wherever you're listening to us, give us a follow and give us a rating too. We'd appreciate that.
We would appreciate that.
Very much so.
Big time. Big time. All right. Well, hey, this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for celebrating a little dry January with us, trying this great dry Riesling. Looking forward to the next episode. Thanks for coming back. We'll see you on the next one. And remember, stop wasting your wine.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.